In the same way, in spiritual ascent, when we say it's easy, it's not so easy as you think, because it is worked out since ages, in a very deep way. And even your mother has worked very hard to achieve. So somebody has done the job. So if it is easy, you should thank your stars that it's not difficult for you. Instead of doubting it, why is it so easy? That you want to contribute something to it. All right, you can. But first, take advantage of what is available, and then you can contribute also something more to it. If you have not known an ordinary aeroplane, how are you going to build a complicated one? So first know that whatever is achieved is self-realization and the cleansing power of Shri Ganesh. Establish Shri Ganesh. First of all, you must establish it, and then you can use it for others, for yourself, and for bettering the methods of Sahajayoga that you are doing. That's how Shri Ganesha is so important for all the surgeries, to be understood in its all aspects. But this principle is very enormous, I should say. Principle is very spread out. It's very subtle. I have to say about the ego part is this, which is really the problem in the West, why people have so much ego than Indian people have. One of the things is that the right side is, as I have told you many times, like an accelerator. The left side is like the brake. So if the Muladhara is not in control, if the brake is not all right, naturally the accelerator cannot be controlled. So basically our Muladhara should be brought down and must be put right. You should work very hard to do that. If your brake is established, then whatever work you do for Sahajayoga, you will not get into ego practices. And ego cannot anymore control you. So that is very important, especially in the West where it's being really dangerously destroyed, the idea of auspiciousness and of holiness. So that is the power of any angel, and that has to be fully established within us. And then on that power will work out, which gives you discretion, which gives you egolessness. What we need are the people who are completely drenched into the purity of love. So from love we go to another point, which is purity. And the purity is a subject which has been talked about by many people, that you should be pure, you should be absolutely open, and people should know everything about you. I don't think that is purity. Purity is that which purifies others. If you are a pure person, then others will be purified. They have to be purified. Now, supposing you have certain ideas about yourself, you think that you are very highly placed as a Sahajayogi and that you are full of love. Maybe it's all imaginary. Does it purify others? Does your purity purify others? Can it give them awakening? Can they be realized souls? And then how much do you value the purity, the power of purity, And how many people you give realization? Or you have kept it to yourself? How many places you have been to spread this purity? Purity has to be spread. And without any doubt in your own purity, you should do it because it's a very, very powerful thing. Purity is very powerful. It may not act on one or two persons, doesn't matter. There could be some very, very nasty, horrible fellows, doesn't matter. But it will have an effect on very many sensitive persons who want to become Sahajogis. You have to just test it. How people like you and how they are impressed by you. The Param Chaitanya, this all-pervading power of divine love, flows through you because you are pure. If you are impure, then it will stop at different chakras. It won't work. So purity of temperament, purity of love. What does that mean? That you love somebody because that person has got spirituality. You love that person because there is purity. And you go to places just to spread the purity among people. A pure person will never create a problem. It's the impure person who every day can start with this problem or that problem and that.